that does look like it's going to be clipping through and moving through possibly at least the northern side, and then possibly even. Boy, that is just that is not good looking. It's just when you see the TDS is coming out of this, that's just a very dangerous situation here. And again, let me see if I can pull up. Unfortunately, now this is what's going to get a little muddled here, because all this you're seeing here is basically what we call just it's clutter. The radar sight's on one end. He's got to work its way through trees and buildings, so it has a hard time seeing. But what we're looking at, when I go over the correlation coefficient again, we're looking at something that is not rain, that is being picked up and on radar that is in the air. So I'm going to go back a little farther here, just off your screen here. That is debris. That is something that is being picked up, whether it's trees, whether it's a structure of some sort, whether hopefully it's not, but and that continues to track off. Again, there it is right there, and then continues to track off to the east. Let me move this ahead, and now it gets a little muddled. I saw it right there, and then now unfortunately it's going to be a little bit harder to see, and this is where we're going to be, this is where when you have trackers on the ground and you have people on the ground that's able to tell us that. But again, that's for the professionals. Let them be able to say what is going on. So ongoing tornado warning. Nashville, again, sirens are going off of downtown Nashville. You can see at least the bottom of your screen there, and it at least is a better sign than it was earlier, that there were at least a little more people that are out there. But that is what we are looking at. Moving off, let me shrink that up a little bit. I don't want to go too far. I want to be able to get more cities that are going to be impacted shorter. So Scottsboro here in Tennessee at 4:34, Jordania at 4:39. So both of which less than 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away for Scottsboro, Jordania at 4:39. Whites Creek at 4:43 and Little Creek at 4:47. These are all areas that need to take cover immediately. And again, notice how that the entire polygon itself does include downtown Nashville and does include the northern suburbs. But again, we're looking just at that particular cell that is just to the west of downtown, about ready to across, looks like Highway 12 there. I'm going to zoom in a little closer. And I want to be able to get more streets that are going to be impacted by this. We're going to get very, very close there. I know it's going to be a little bit hard to see here, but again, we are in Tennessee, just west of downtown Nashville. So we have some of the perimeter of Nashville out over here. So we have Old Heights Ferry Pike Road, that's this right here. We have the cell itself right about here, and then we have Bull Run Road right here. So again, the cell itself and the rotation is coming off, and again tracking right about here to the east. So Scottsboro, again, you got 4 minutes for before this cell is overhead. Let me zoom back out again. Again, a lot of times this is tough to be able to see, but Tony Carroll Road, if you hear your road, if you hear the street name, just take cover. Obviously, you have the tornado warning going, but you're running out of time now. Bull Run Road, Tony Carroll Road, Edens Creek Road, Old Heights Ferry Pike, again, just west of downtown, Old Hickory Boulevard, and River Road. All roads are going to be impacted. River Road, this cell's basically moving right over parts of River Road right now. Caldwell Road also will be moving there. Again, we have a new scan. Let me pull this thing back out again. A lot of times when you get too close, it's really hard to see. So again, ongoing tornado warnings out here for Davidson and Robertson County. So at least for now, Cheatham County has been allowed to expire. So now we're looking at Davidson and Robertson County for the tornado warnings here in Tennessee. I want to get to this warning up here too for Robertson and Sumner County. That is until 5 o'clock. So we have an ongoing tornado warning here, also with observed considerable threat tag. Let me go over to, so you can really see that cell. Rotation here a little better. It's a little farther. Not only is it farther away from the radar site, but you don't have as much building amount, much in the way of clutter in the way. So Cross Plains at 436. Portland to 451, and then moving across, if it holds together, into south central Kentucky for Adolphus at 514. So that is the ongoing tornado warning that is there. Want to pull out a bit and show some of the warnings that are also out into northern Mississippi. So here is a warning that's just going to be passing into Tupelo. What I'm concerned about, anytime you see this line that is lined up right here, severe thunderstorm warnings, winds up to 60, 65 miles an hour, you can see some hail. And that's one thing I've noticed about these southern cells, is that the hail is a bigger issue here. For places like Oxford, we can see some large hail. Tupelo, maybe not so much. Batesville getting hit with hail at least early on. So ongoing tornado warnings and ongoing tornado watches. Let me get to the watches, then we go right back to the warnings that are out there. So ongoing tornado watches that are out. We have a new one that just popped up for a good chunk of Mississippi that does include Jackson and really Jackson and all of central Mississippi. New tornado watch in effect until midnight Central Time. We have a tornado watch. It's in effect. It does include Nashville. Of course, you're in tornado warning right now, and just off to your east of that, we have tornado watches until 11 o'clock Central Time. It does include northern Alabama all the way up to just east of I-75 in south central Kentucky. So again, going back to Nashville, as of right now, we have that ongoing tornado warning for Davidson and Robertson County. At one time, you can still see that rotation. You can still see a bit of that inflow. And again, when we get a little bit closer, oh boy, that is coming out right there. So here we are in Tennessee. Here's Nashville. So what we're looking at is right here is the dangerous spot. So I believe is that 155 is cutting through here. That is the outside perimeter, northwest bypass of Nashville. That's where the cell is just off to the north and west of that, and it continues to track its way off to the east. And again, radar confirmed tornado. It is moving east at 40 miles an hour. So again, I see, what is it, Highway 41A. This will be tracking right over you and right near you. Let me just make a little bit short of a track here. So Jordania at 436 Maplewood. Jordania, it's on top of you now. This is the time you need to take cover. Maplewood, you only have about 12 minutes from now in Haysboro at 448. All cities, all towns are going to be impacted by this. On the northern edge of the Nashville metro area, that is where that tornado warning is. I'm going to see if we can see any drop off from this as well. Again, it's going to be a little bit harder to see. Again, that is what some of the debris that we had seen from earlier about 4:20 local time, and it was right here about 4:15. So again, just trying to move that track. If it continues, it might be a little bit harder to see, but again, it's moving in basically about this direction here, and going to be scooting through the northern part of the Nashville metro area if this thing does hold together. Let me, if we can just stay on this for a second, I want to zoom back out of it and notice that there is a new tornado warning that has come out of here, and I want to get to it. This is now in central Kentucky. So basically along and heading toward Frankfort, the state capital here in Kentucky. And that is, let me get the timing of this first. Let me get this out here, and then we get the actual information here for Anderson, Franklin, and Shelby County. That's until 6 o'clock Eastern time. So now we're back to the Eastern time zone, of course, here. This is for Anderson, Franklin, Shelby County. Radar indicated tornado warning here in Kentucky. And right about, see if we can see some rotation that's coming out of this. Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a drop there, and that's what we're seeing. And then that continues off to the north and east at 45 miles an hour. So we're going to continue to track. That's right about here. So Frankfort, this cell is going to be heading your direction. Radar indicated a tornado warning. You have about 13 minutes from now for Frankfort here in central Kentucky, that tornado warning storm. Let's get back to where we are in Nashville. And again, ongoing tornado warnings that does include northern parts of Nashville, and now we see that tornado warning get extended. So what's concerning when we're looking at this, we really have about 3 supercells that have popped up. We have 1, 2, and 3. These are 3 warnings out there. The southwesternmost, at least as of right now, is still under a severe thunderstorm warning. But again, the 2 that are most concerning are the ones that are actively that's going right now. And again, oh man, that one that is just to the north of Nashville. I'm going to wait for the next scan to go through. But again, we are looking at this just off here. And again, if we can stay on through this break, if we can do that. But what I'm looking at is right here. Let me see. Oh boy, right there. Certainly saw it there. And then again, still holding together. Still right about here is where the tornado warning is. And so that cell continues to move off. And actually could be even heading toward the radar site. It does see here. So what you're looking at here, here's downtown Nashville. You're looking at the northern perimeter of this. And again, new scan just came through. So let me, again, so now I got to track it right about here. Let me see if we got, yeah, that's a little messy on that. Let me go back to base velocity mode. So what we're looking at base velocity mode, we're looking at greens heading toward the radar sites, red heading away from the radar sites. Anything that's in between there, that is where the rotation is. So what we're seeing is, let me zoom back out again, give you a better perspective. So there is your tornado, that is the rotation. This is where our tornado warning is, and that will continue to track off to the east. So Amqui at 4:46, so 6 minutes from now, Old Hickory at 4:50, and Hendersonville at 4:54. If we can, here's a live look at Nashville, and looking at a tower cam here, you can see the lightning in the distance